Elaine Saxby.
Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker. There are so many good things in this budget to help cut debt and inflation, which I warmly welcome. But given time constraints, I thought I'd take the opportunity to focus on what didn't make this budget, as it's never too early to lobby for the next one. And the issue of affordable housing came up many times in the Secretary of State for Deluxe opening remarks this afternoon. It's probably the biggest issue in my North Devon constituency, impacting on our productivity, putting pressure on household budgets and making moving into the region for work increasingly unaffordable. While some of the challenges of the housing situation on the South West Peninsula rest with DLUHC and DCMS, others are a direct result of taxation policy or could be potentially alleviated by changes to it. We need to level the playing field between long-term and short-term rentals within the taxation system. Both are businesses, but one enables people to live and work in an area, the other is a tourism business. The current tax system encourages short-term lets above long and needs at least levelling up or possibly even reversing. Cornwall Council's own data shows that over 1,000 people in Cornwall were made homeless in 2021 as a result of landlords changing their properties into more profitable holiday lets. Many of those households are now on Cornwall's housing wait lists, which is now over 20,000. Devon's is in excess of 16,000. On the Peninsula, the situation is so severe that businesses are unable to open fully, reducing their own profitability, and public services cannot recruit as there is simply no affordable housing. Long-term rentals have also collapsed. In my constituency, a drop of 67% in the past 2 years, making it very, very hard for people to move into the area. Now, I have already written to the Levelling Up Secretary of State, but he did say he didn't want to tinker with the taxation system. So I'm very much hoping that the Treasury team will find an opportunity to actually delve into the housing market. And I recognise this might seem niche and just for tourist parts of the country, but it is now impacting hugely across almost all of Devon and Cornwall and having an impact on our workforce. And whilst we look to drive productivity across the South West, another small ask that I did have of the Treasury teams was to revisit the VAT threshold. In Ilfracombe, in my constituency, we see every year swathes of businesses close down for the winter rather than go through the £85,000 tax threshold. Having put a small business through that tax threshold myself, I know how challenging it is, but I do hope that the ambition that we could put into the fire of those small business owners by alleviating that small threshold, which I recognise does not raise large sums for the Treasury, so completely understand why it was not included. It is an opportunity for those businesses to level up with their bigger competitors in that constituency and keep that town open and thriving throughout the entire year and next year, hopefully. So whilst there was so much in this budget that I did very warmly